Hi everyone, so today we're going to learn what I call the leaf stitch. Now there's lots of different ways to stitch leaves. This is my favourite way to do it and it's probably the most simple way as well. So let's get started. So I've got some stranded cotton here. I'm just using 6 strands for this one, so I haven't split it. So you're going to come up through the back of the fabric at the top of the leaf here. And then you're going to go back down at the bottom of the leaf in the centre. And pull all the way through. So you've done a straight stitch down the centre of the leaf. Then what you're going to do is you're going to come up at the top of the leaf again, and you're going to come up one side of the original stitch. So it doesn't matter which side you come up it. So I'm going to come up on the left hand side, slightly lower than the first stitch. You're just following the line of the leaf here. So you're going to come up slightly to the left or the right and downwards of the first stitch. Pull all the way through. And then you're going to go back down at the bottom in the centre, exactly the same place as your last stitch. And then what you can do is you're going to carry on that process, but you're going to come up the other side. So coming up on the right hand side now of that first stitch. And then back down in the centre at the bottom of the leaf. And you're always going to go down in the same place, in the centre at the bottom. And that's going to get the stitches to start to cross over. And that will create a nice sort of leaf pattern for you. So as I say, carry on that process, coming up one side and then the other side. Alternate each time. So you could do left then right or right then left. And as I say, go down in the bottom in the same place each time. And you'll see that the stitches start to cross over and create that sort of leaf shape that you're after. And then just carry on until you're happy with the shape of the leaf and the pattern is filled. And stitching a leaf this way will create sort of quite a chunky leaf, and this is what I really like in my embroidery. I like my embroidery to be quite chunky. A lot of people prefer their embroidery to be really flat, in which case you would stitch leaves in a different way, but for me I really like this this way of doing it. So you can just stop whenever you feel like the leaf is filled up and you're happy with the shape. So I could probably do one more stitch each side, or you could leave it like that. I'll do one more each side just to show you. And there you go. That's the leaf stitch, and then you can use your other colours to do the other 2 leaves, which are just slightly different sizes. I need to stick my pattern down again slightly. And so you can use a hairdryer to do this, and that's just a really simple way to stitch leaves. So I'm just stitching my last leaf here. I've used a different colour for each leaf. Now I've used 6 strands for all of these leaves just because with this way of stitching the leaves, as I say, they're supposed to be quite chunky, so I don't think there's probably much point splitting your thread for these, but you could try if you wanted to. And I will do some other tutorials of other ways that you can stitch leaves that's a sort of flatter way of doing it, different technique. I'll say there's quite a few ways to do it. So I'm just putting my final stitch in my final leaf here. And then you can just tie off at the back as usual. And there you go, that's the leaf stitch.